Hi, welcome back. If you want to see an unboxing of this Archer and Olive planner, I will link it down below for you, as well as any other relevant videos. But today is my setup video, and I'm going to be using this as my socials journal. So the first thing I need to do is to remove November and December. I don't need it, and I considered filling it in, but it would be a duplicate because I already have it in my previous year's journal. So what I'm doing is just tearing out each page. Any page that is connected to the opening pages, I'm not tearing the whole way. I'm only going to tear it fully whenever it's a section on its own. And then what I'll do is I'll glue these small rips down. As you can see here, this whole section is a section on its own, so I can take it right out, and then this page just comes right out with it. But then the pages that have a little ripped section left, I will actually glue that ripped section down, and that way I won't end up with missing pages at the end of the year. So I'll just glue the dotted grid page to the last page of December's weekly, and then that'll leave me going from 2 dot grid pages into January. Just like that, the section's gone. And as you can see at the top, there is a little missing section. However, this is going to get really thick by the end of the year, so I'll likely be glad of the extra space. Next thing to do then is add some tabs, and these are the earth tone colours from the Coffee Monsters Co. It makes it really easy to do. I was really scared about putting them on my planner. I'll link that setup below if you haven't seen my planner setup. But as you can see, there's a dark section on each tab, and you just line that up with the edge of the page. And then I take the previous tab, flip it over, and line the vertical edge with the vertical edge, and then use the previous tab to position the next tab. And you just take your time, and it's easy peasy. And I actually used my A5 cutting mat to put underneath the page that I'm sticking the tab on, so that I didn't accidentally stick a few pages together. Although in saying that, because this is 160 GSM, it's a lot harder to do that. But if you have a planner that has really thin paper, that's a really good tip, because it would be very easy to misjudge and tape a couple of pages together by mistake.
If I could hear my father's voice, he would tell me to move on. He would say I'll be just fine. Yeah, he would tell me we have time.
And something that never occurred to me when I was doing my planner is to make sure that the heads are all in the same position. I did every head in my planner in the same position with the exception of May, and I was going to try to change it, but then I thought, no, it's not worth the risk of ripping it. And in my journal, it only occurred to me after I had done February. So because I had done them as January on the left and February on the right, I then just did that as a pattern the rest of the way. So March was left, April was right, etc. And hopefully that made it look intentional. Now it's time to set up my nameplate page, and I'm going to use a Planner Monkey Co name and a Coffee Monsters Co year. And then I'm going to use my 992 Tombow to highlight this book belongs to.
Time to laugh and time to heal. Our favorite song is on repeat.
I went with the storybook theme because it's a storybook planner as my inspiration, but I couldn't decide between what I'm showing you now, which is the bookworm theme from Hubman and Shubgirl, or the Little Red Riding Hood theme. So I just decided to do both. So I'm going to use everything I'm showing you here for the opening sections of the journal, and then when I'm doing note sections at the back, I'm going to use the Red Riding Hood theme. And then finally I have the 2025 collection from Hubman and Shubgirl, which includes some transparent months, some 2025 stickers, and the subscription sneak calendars. Okay, so let's get into the main setup, and we will do our cover page.
Somewhere along chose to go left while I turned the other way, and you got lost. Want you to know for all I know, even if the road ahead is long and winding.
I'm going to be using the Hubman and Chub Girl subscriptions this year as my stickers to set up each month. So I decided to make this spread a themes spread to show what each of the themes are.
Even if the road behind us left you crying, even if the tears come streaming down your face, it's gonna be okay. Take a walk and I join you. Just leave a trace and I follow. Make a wish and I make it come true. For all I know, even if the road ahead is long and winding, even if the road behind us left you crying, even if the tears come streaming down your face, it's gonna be okay. What if you turn around and look at me? Then you'll see my love's for real. Just take a walk and I'll join you. Leave a trace and I follow. Make a wish and I make it come true. Want you to know you'll be okay. For all I know.
This year at a glance spread is going to be my posting overview. So anytime I post a video, I'll highlight the section. And it's just fun to look back at over the year to see how many times I post in one complete year at a glance. But it can be used to mark birthdays as an actual year at a glance, or as a cleaning schedule calendar, as any form of habit tracker. It has lots of different uses.
Searching for the reasons, in need of the rhymes, always feeling like I'm the one out of time. Moving round in circles, feeling like I've lost my way. And then suddenly, here you are, right in front of me. And now I'm falling slowly into you, not knowing what we will find. Oh, what a future trying to see clearly, picking up the pieces of my heart. Let us turn the page, a brand new start. Keep moving on, 'cause I'm falling slowly into you, not knowing what we will find or what a future might.
This next spread is going to be my monthly statistics. I do track when I post and the statistics within each monthly spread, but a bit like the posting overview, it's good to have somewhere to see the full year together. So I post how many subscribers, how many watch hours, and how many people are following me on Instagram on these spreads. But again, everything I mentioned that you could use the year at a glance for, you could use this for too.
After hours, after love, left behind all alone. And the sky is falling down, feeling like I'm gonna drown. After all the love is gone, pitch black, not a sound, nothing below, no one around. You say nothing ever lasts forever, not even us together. After hours, after love, like April's fooling everyone. Once again, you didn't come, turning everything upside down. After hours, after love. Who to turn to, who to trust? If there's no love and there's no lust, you just seem to keep on going on and on and on. You're moving after your lies, after your love, like April's fooling everyone. Once again, you didn't come, turning everything upside down. After hours, after love. Rumors.
Moving on to the back section, this is going to be my notes section and switching themes then to the Little Red Riding Hood theme. I basically keep here any collaborations I do, and it's somewhere for the year-end statistics, so the final figures, and it'll be the last 365 days views and stuff like that. And it's just fun to have this to look back on. I wouldn't be someone who's normally obsessed with numbers. I'm a very literary person. I don't know if that's the way to put it. I'm more into English and art, but I do really enjoy having this to look back on and the creative aspect of it and all the stickers. If I tried just to keep a notebook of numbers, I wouldn't enjoy it, but because I do it like this, it's great fun.
Headlights on the highway. If you only knew, being back here always makes me think of you. When the world is sleeping, do you think of me? With the road ahead's coming back again, coming back to me. I remember the long drives, the late nights in your car. I remember it all. Windows down, empty streets, you were all I used to know. You and I, forever, forever ago. And you used to drive me home. Now I drive alone. You and I, forever, forever, forever ago.
Now, that's the main setup done, and what I need to do now is set up January so that I'm all ready to go come, well, I was going to say the 1st, it'll be the 29th, I think is the first day in here. And I'm using the Positivity Pop-Ups journal subscription and sticker subscription, and I'll link down below a video that I made recently that talks all about the subscriptions for Hubman and Chub Girl, and there's a haul included of this January theme. But for now, let's get January all set up.
This town's so quiet this time of year, with the road ahead's coming back again, coming back to me. I remember the long drives, the late nights in your car. I remember it all. Windows down, empty streets, you were all I used to know. You and I, forever, forever ago. And you used to drive me home. Now I drive alone. You and I, forever, forever, forever ago. I feel hard, I feel fast, hoping that my love for you will last forever, forever, forever ago. I feel hard, I feel fast, hoping that my love for you will last forever, forever, forever. Windows down, empty streets, you were all I used to know. You and I, forever, forever ago. And you used to drive me home. Now I drive alone. You and I, forever, forever, forever ago. Is there a place with sun all year round and pina coladas, with pretty faces and sand on the ground? I wanna stop this ongoing train before I lose my mind and go insane. I don't wanna sleep every night. I wanna light a spark in the dark. I don't wanna say I'm okay, living the same every day. Come run beside me, let's take off. Let's leave this place for another place. Oh, maybe all we need is different difference. It's hard at this speed to see anything. Just tell me what you need and I'll listen. I'll listen. When we get there, we'll throw a big feast with pina coladas, hand in hand, not out of reach. Higher, yeah, we'll be lighter, happier and much brighter. Take the step, have no regret. I don't wanna sleep every night. I wanna light a spark in the dark. I don't wanna say I'm okay, living the same every day. Come run beside me, let's take off. Let's leave this place for another place. Come whatever may. We got nothing but time. Lean back, let me rub you back. Honey, just relax. Maybe all we Maybe all we need is difference. It's hard at this speed to see anything. Tell me what you need and I'll listen. I'll listen. 'Cause I don't wanna wait every night. I wanna light a spark in the dark. I don't wanna say I'm okay, living the same every day. Come run beside me, let's take off. Let's leave this place for another place. Coffee in a paper cup. The engine starts right up. Clip myself into the middle seat. Daddy liked talk radio. On gravel he would drive real slow. He told me, let's go see what we could see. We pulled into the empty lot before the pavement got too hot. Underneath her leafy crown, the only shade for miles and miles around. With branches low like spiral stairs, we climbed into her maiden hair. You feel like you can really fly up there.
And my 2025 socials journal is ready to go. I enjoyed every second of that, and I know from past experience that this planner holds up to all the stickers, but it really will be challenged this year given how crazy I went in January with all the stickers if I keep that up. But anyway.
My hand in his so patiently, we watch from our proud little tree, beyond a little song to me.
Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I hope I gave you some inspiration. Until next time, take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye!
Suddenly the air would shake